We have at our house a certain seasoning that we use on a lot of things. It's called the Slap Ya Mama seasoning. And we use this aggressively. How many of you use Slap Ya Mama? We got some folks in here? Okay, yeah. We use it a lot. It's our solution to a lot of food issues. I mean, bland chicken, Slap Ya Mama. Boring vegetables, Slap Ya Mama. It's kind of our go-to when, life needs a little extra something. Just a sprinkle will do you. You don't need a lot of a Slap Ya Mama, as you might guess. It's Cajun seasoning. It's pretty spicy. And here's the thing about seasoning is supplemental. Seasoning is an enhancement. You want to sprinkle some Slap Ya Mama onto whatever it is you're eating. That's all fine. But what you don't want to do is take Slap Ya Mama, pour it on the plate, and just eat it. Like, that would not be good. That would be insane, actually. Painful, probably requires some medical attention. That's not how seasoning works. You just do a little bit of it. It is the enhancement. It's not the whole meal. And I want to use this as a metaphor for how some of us approach our relationship with Jesus. We approach our faith as seasoning, that we just put a little Jesus on it. Not too much. We don't want to get carried away. Just a little bit when maybe life is hard or maybe things get a little bit boring. Jesus, just a little bit of Jesus on our careers, a little dash of Jesus on our relationships, just enough to take the edge off the anxiety. And if our week needs a little kick, little bit of Jesus, to make you feel like you're a good person who has your life together, sprinkle some Jesus on it. And so we approach Jesus like seasoning, where we want a little bit of it, but not too much. And what Paul's going to challenge us with here in Colossians is that Jesus was never meant to be spiritual seasoning for your life. Most miserable people I know are people who approach their relationship with Jesus this way, of like, just a little dash here. I'll just reach for him once in a while. On Sundays, put some Jesus on it, but the rest of the week, not so much. And instead, what we're seeing is that Jesus didn't come to be seasoning in your life. He came to be your life, that everything is spiritual. Now, there are certain moments when we become more aware of the fact that Jesus as seasoning isn't working so good for us. And it tends to be when we're struggling, when we're experiencing some suffering, and we recognize that the way we've been approaching our faith isn't working that well. Now, what I can tell you is that this room is filled with people who tried to use Jesus as seasoning, and then something happened to you. Or maybe it's something you did, maybe it was something that was done to you, maybe it was some life happening around you, but there's something that happened, and suddenly the seasoning approach didn't work. Like, you knew your approach to your faith wasn't going to be enough. I talk about this, and this is in your notes, as a struggle threshold. There's a line that most of us reach in life where we make some decisions about what kind of faith we're gonna have, and it tends to be around a struggle, a moment of suffering. For some of you, that came pretty early in life. You didn't choose it, it happened to you. For others of you, maybe you're in the middle of it now. If you're not in the middle of it, or if it hasn't already happened to you, it's coming for you. But suffering crosses a certain line, and you have to decide, how's your faith fit in with all of this? And so in Colossians chapter 1, starting in verse 24, we'll go through chapter 2. What we're going to see is that Jesus is not just meant to be seasoning. He's meant to be the whole meal. He's the one that we want to put our confidence in, especially when life is hard, especially when we're struggling. We don't have to pretend like everything's okay. We don't have to act like everything's fine. We can reject this idea of a faith where we walk in to church and have conversations that are very shallow, and we're like, well, how are you doing? Great. How are you doing? So good. Like, that's not the kind of faith that we read about in Scripture. Instead, there's this honesty about challenges, about life. It's Jesus saying to his disciples in John 16, let me tell you the truth. In this world, Jesus says, you're gonna have trouble. There's gonna be struggle. You're not gonna be exempt from it. And so Paul talks to us about this in Colossians. Now, here's what's interesting, is where he wrote this from. Paul wrote this in prison. Does that matter to you? To me, it does. Like, there's just something about knowing he wrote this from prison rather than, at the Ritz on the beach, talking to us about how to struggle rightly. Like, he's writing about struggling while he's struggling. He's writing about suffering as he is suffering, and as he's experiencing some things in life that are just not fair, he writes these words.